This is a test recording. Don't worry. I have no intention of starting to make videos. Besides, even after all the work I did making videos, nobody has requested me to make any more, and I never will. Not for that purpose, at least. Maybe I'll do something here and there to satisfy my own desires. This is a test of gonna do some gameplay. I'm recording this in stereoscopic 3D side-by-side format. I'm playing...
Father, why are there crosses on the village doors? Is it really the plague?
It started with bites during the night. Then the sickness spread. First in families, then to everyone. Fever, boils. People started dying. And when we finally found out where it came from, it was already too late.
And where did it come from?
We're nearly there.
I'm playing this game called A Plague Tale: Innocence. Apparently the second game already came out. I thought it was coming soon, but I think it released a couple weeks ago. It's not much of a game, really. It's kind of an interactive movie, but it does have some mechanics. We'll probably see them in this session. As I was trying to say, I'm recording this stereoscopic 3D half side-by-side format. The game is running using a 3D Migoto. I don't know how it's pronounced. Don't know how they came up with that name. But it's basically a DirectX 11 version of the Helix mod, which was only working with DirectX 9 games, and they created it so that the dream of playing games in stereoscopic 3D could continue into the new generation of DirectX games. I would say 95% of the games that have been released, which have 3D graphics, and came out in the past 8 years, have been supporting DirectX 11. So 3D Mikoto. It's probably the main way to fix stereoscopic games at this point. The Helix mod is, it's been left in the dust. So one of the great things about DirectX 11 is that a driver was created to replace 3D Vision called Geo-11. It enables stereoscopic rendering, and it is platform agnostic, doesn't require NVIDIA at all, so it will work on AMD, and it is just everything that you would have hoped 3D Vision would have been, and this is just in its early stages of development, but it's already enabling me to do incredible things like, once again, play 3D screen type games rather than injecting virtual reality with Vorpix. I have done some... Vorpix can also display games on a screen in the VR headset, but typically it's got a lot of rendering problems, and I haven't used that much. When I'm playing a game in full VR, usually the rendering problems aren't that... It's worth it to be able to experience it in full VR, despite the rendering problems. And there are still rendering problems with this experience, but I'll get into that after I explain what I'm doing here. So the game is rendering in half side-by-side. It's legitimate 3D. That's as far as that goes. So I don't have a way to display half side-by-side. So I don't have a TV or a monitor that will display half side-by-side. So I'm using my virtual reality headset. I am capturing the game window, which is displaying in half side-by-side. It's exactly what is being captured on this video recording, and it's being displayed in my headset. There are many ways to do this. The way I've come to use is Desktop Plus, which is a Steam VR application that's basically for overlays. It's just for overlays. But what I've got it set up here is sort of like a virtual theater type thing. The overlay is just really big in the headset, fills the width of my view. So it's kind of like a virtual theater. Even though it's literally just an overlay, I could move this screen anywhere. I could attach it to one of the motion controllers and look at it that way. But I've got it fixed in position as if it was a virtual theater, and it seems to work. I'm also running an application, Steam VR application called Steam VR Void Scene, which I found when I was looking at how to use Desktop Plus for this type of thing. And the creator of Desktop Plus mentioned in one of the Steam forum discussion threads that he created a very simple application that just sends Steam VR a very simple 1x1 black texture, and that fills the entire view of in the VR headset, and it is not very taxing on the computer, on the GPU at all. So I'm going to do a test. I'm recording with my Yeti microphone. I also have a third. Let me start from the beginning with the audio. I have 3 audio tracks. They're surround sounds, 6-channel. Oh, that reminds me of something I forgot. I need to change my audio device to speakers. I won't even explain what I was doing there because it's complicated. It's not complicated, but it's just a waste of time to explain it. No one cares. No one cares to begin with, but I don't care to explain it, is what I should say. I don't care to put in the effort and the brain power and the movement of my mouth to explain what I did wrong there with my audio, but I believe it's fixed now. OBS is showing correct 6-channel audio being captured from the system sounds. Anyway, 3 audio tracks. The first one is just the system sounds, which is going to be the game in this case. Second one is the Yeti microphone. Third is the Oculus Rift S microphone. Same setup I had when I did the Outer Wilds Echoes of the Eye playthrough. As far as the audio goes, I'm just going to mix them together in Adobe Audition 2023. I do have an issue with this already. The fact that this is absolutely pegging my GPU. My CPU is absolutely sublime right now. 45% usage with all this stuff running. All these programs, all these apps to make this recording possible. Easy. Thank you, Wheatstone motherfucking Holmes, the absolute man. I've only begun to show my appreciation. More will be coming, my friend. All right. So the GPU is now the limiting factor in my PC. For the longest time, it was my CPU, but now it's the GPU. The GPU is struggling now. I am getting solid 60 frames per second, as is visible because I have the overlay from Geo-11 up. That's not the correct button. I don't remember what the hotkey is for the frame rate overlay, but that shows my separation and convergence settings, just for the record. 18 is kind of on the low end, and that's because the first time I played this, I was getting a little bit sick from looking at it. That probably has a lot to do with some of the visual glitches, which I'll explain later. But yeah, separation 18, convergence 1.5, though the convergence is also a problem. I'll talk about that later as well in this test. But back to the GPU situation, it is getting 60. However, if the frame rate starts to drop below 60 and my GPU is going to absolute maximum usage, that is going to impact what I'm doing here with the VR overlay in my headset. I don't think it's going to cause any issues with the capture of the game window. It's just going to go down to like 55, and that's just whatever. It's fine. There'll just be some repeated frames, as usual, as always happens. But when the GPU is absolutely taxed, that means that my viewing the game in this little scene I've created, this black void with an overlay of the game, which is set to half side-by-side mode, so I'm seeing it in 3D, which is a nice feature that not every virtual reality media player has. The default Steam theater room doesn't let you display half side-by-side content properly. It's terrible that they would overlook that. Anyways, I'm just ranting and raving here, getting things off my chest. Let's call this, in addition to a test, a rant and rave, get things off the chest. Because I haven't done anything. Like, I don't talk to anyone. I don't make videos for the public consumption. I don't post my thoughts on my Twitter profile. I don't even use Facebook. So there's nowhere for all these thoughts to go except to just come out the one time I do a damn recording ever. I'm not even done talking about the GPU. If the GPU is pegged, it will cause, well, since I'm using Steam VR, the reprojection feature to kick in, which causes distortion in the view. Right now, it's not doing it at all. My GPU is 91%, so I'm pushing the limits of what is going to work. Unfortunately, lowering the graphics settings doesn't do much. I think I actually can get maybe 10 extra frames with, I don't remember what it was. I did find something that did have an effect, but I think it was something that I really didn't want to disable. I think it might have been screen space reflections, which I think have a little bit of stereo rendering issues. They were supposed to have been fixed, but I seem to see some issues with them. Like if we look over there, right there, the puddle on the ground. I don't know why there are puddles indoors here like this, but there's a puddle on the ground. It looks, there is like there's a 2D reflection, which is not a screen space reflection. That's using another method that I don't remember what it's called. But there is a reflection that is, it's different in each eye, and it's visible there, right there. Hopefully that's coming up in the video. It should be. You can't really make out what it is. It's just light. But those type of reflections, they just look messed up. I don't know exactly what is wrong with them. I can tell if I close one eye than the other that in my right eye, no, never mind, no. It's like it's at very, very high depth, maybe even maximum depth. Infinite parallax, I guess is what they call it. And that's probably not correct. So it looks very strange. I don't even know what that is supposed to be reflecting, what light that is. I guess it would be his torch, but it doesn't really look like a torch. It just looks like a blob of light. So there are some issues with that. I kind of have to get to some. I got the frame rate VSync, so it'll stay at 60. Because again, if I get my GPU maxed out, then it will impact the VR setup I've got going. So I can't unlock it or set it to 80, which is the refresh rate of this headset. All right. Continue on with the test with some gameplay. Just let me double check everything. I am still recording. Everything's recorded. I guess I could say something about what I'm doing with the video encoding. In the new version of OBS, they added tuning options for the NV Inc encoders, H.264 and H.265. Unfortunately, they deliberately left out the best tuning option, which is lossless. So you can get true lossless encoding with these very common codecs. AVC, also known as H.264, and HEVC, also known as H.265. Very common codecs. Everything can decode them. Every device has hardware decoding for them these days. So you don't have to go to an exotic codec like Lagarith or one of those Apple codecs, ProRes or whatever it's called, to get lossless encoding. You don't have to do that. For some reason they left it out. I assume it's because it might cause problems if people try to stream with it. OBS is used primarily as a streaming software. It's in the name, for goodness sake. But I feel like they neglect people who just like to record with it. Not even just record at all. It'd be very useful to be able to do the hardware encoding with lossless. So instead I'm using QuickSync, ICQ mode. I have a very, very high quality setting. It's ICQ value is 14, I think, which is really, really high. I don't think it's possible to use lossless encoding with the QuickSync encoder. Also, there's an issue with OBS. At some point, they remove the option to set the look-ahead, so look-ahead ICQ mode doesn't work well. Okay, now I'm getting stuttering. Let me see if that's on the game window or just my headset. It hasn't done it yet. So I said this isn't much of a game. This game isn't much of a game. It's got a lot of sections like this.
Brother Morel should be here. We are the last two remaining. Brother Morel. Stay here.
Yeah, the GPU is going to max. But I don't think it's affecting the recording. Or I don't think it's affecting the game window or the recording. I think it's just in my headset.
Brother?
It's convergence. I'll complain about that.
What is the matter? Father?
Yeah, I'm getting judder and jerkiness. This game does not run very well at all.
No.
No!
You might want to move faster. It's Dishonored again. Okay.
You can't stay close to me.
They ate him, Mommy said. They
Yep.
ate him.
Where did they come from? How can there be so many of them?
So in my headset, it's very jerky.
The light! They're scared of the light!
It's totally smooth. I take my headset off. The game window's totally smooth.
We have to get back outside, Amicia.
I other brother.
Okay, let me see. Yeah, unfortunately, the game doesn't run very well. Just in general, there's no reason I should be getting that high GPU usage on this indoor area. So for this fix, you have to change the anti-aliasing method. I don't know what it actually is. I'll turn these off and shadows low.
We're going to have to climb up. I'll have to put the torch down.
No, please.
Calm down.
Okay,
There's a
GPU
torch holder.
84,
Still have
87.
But then what?
We'll find something.
Ideally, I would have it so it never goes above. Oh, let's. Oh, nice. They actually go through the. Oh, yeah, they go through the hole in the wall. We go out when it falls to the ground. Okay, we don't want to do that then. If we did it like that, are we just dead? I gotta try it. So this is one of those games where they give you nice death animations. Okay, we're back here. Let's see if it get the hiccups. Oh yeah, it's 93%.
The light.
It's better though.
The light.
The first time it was so bad that the Oculus waiting thing was popping up.
We have to get back outside, Amicia.
I know. Keep moving.
The Oculus waiting hourglass.
It's a monk. The other brother. We're going to have to climb up. I'll have to put the torch down.
No, please.
Calm down. There's a torch holder. We'll still have light.
But then what?
We'll find something.
Well, there's another torch right over there, thankfully. I don't know why there would be. Who else has been down here?
I'll help you.
Right.
So I think the guy who made this fix forgot to do the subtitles. Oh, that's not a torch. It's just this wall sconce.
I don't understand why there are so many of them. Fire. We need some fire. The wood will burn quickly. We have to hurry.
Sticks only burn for a few moments before they go out. Okay. I can't move any faster.
Away.
Calm down, Hugo. The light will protect us, all right?
All right.
Yeah, this game is like an interactive
So that's their plague.
cinematic game.
The priest spoke of a way out through the crypt.
It does have gameplay, but all the gameplay stuff is so scripted and so how do you say it? Like, it's so narrow.
The crypt of the three saints. It's the exit the father spoke of. Oh, we have to find another way.
Yeah, total Judderfest right now. I can't see anything in the headset. It's just going to the wait mode. Even on the title screen, the game uses massive amounts of GPU. It's ridiculous. Let's turn some more stuff down. But like I said, there aren't really that many things that make a difference. I've already got screen space reflection off. Texture quality, leave that on high. It doesn't have any impact. .96% GPU usage right now. I have to just look at the game window. I can't look in the headset. Alright, what are we doing here? So they don't want to come near the light. I think I gotta do something with the rock. Can I walk around here? Yes.
Climb up.
Well, not around, but... Maybe once you get out of that big hallway, I'll be able to put my headset on. I said we. Fast Lawyer always says we and us and
Be
our
able to knock it down.
when he's doing his reviews. So I can allow that to a certain degree. Because if it's called a let's play, it's like, hey, let's play.
They've eaten them all.
Try not to look. We can't do anything for them now.
It's horrible.
I know. Come on.
So if it's supposed to be a let's play, then yeah, we're playing together. So there are situations where you can say we, our, collective pronouns. However, he says we when he's talking specifically about himself and is really awkward. He's like, oh, we messed that one up. No, motherfucker, you messed that one up. If it was me, I'd have aced it on the first try. I'm just kidding. But no, seriously. Alright. It's unplayable in the headset, just straight up. So I guess you could say that this test was a fail because the only thing left to do is reduce the resolution. The game does have resolution scaling, I believe. It does. So let's try 80. I don't know what resolution that would be, but hopefully it'll give me enough overhead. Okay, GPU is now at 80%. It does look quite a bit more blurry, I will admit. It's probably locked. What did I tell you? I've been playing games a long time. I can tell you which doors are locked just from sense alone. So this is quite reminiscent of Dishonored. They also had a plague of ravenous rats which threatened the city.
Come on, get up there.
All right.
A game I played in stereoscopic 3D with 3D vision using a Helix mod fix many, many years ago. I believe it may be as many as 10 years ago. When am I gonna complain about the convergence? I won't complain yet. Let's play a little bit. So as you can see with this game, that's another thing Fast Lawyer always says. As you can see. Most times, yes, I can see, but sometimes I can't really see what he's talking about, which is another awkward thing that you just have to get used to. But as you can see with A Plague Tale, Innocence, it's totally on rails. Even game mechanics like shooting down that hanging brazier or chandelier, whatever you want to call that thing. Speaking of which, I probably have to shoot something here. Yep. I must have clicked out of the game window. No. So it told me, hey, we gotta hit that.
We'll pass at the same time.
But it tells you how to do everything because okay, it makes sense because
Yes.
she's working with this little kid. She's got to tell him what to do, but it's also telling the player what to do. And so there's no challenge or creativity or thought process. Oh, no. Come on. You really got to time it just right. I thought we could just run across.
You go first.
And by we, I mean me and Hugo. Not me and you. You're not playing. I'm playing. I take full responsibility for all mistakes made. I'm not gonna say we fucked up. I'm gonna say, ah, dang, I fucked that up. I collect all my resources again. Oh, I forgot that one. Let's knock this down real quick.
Right, we'll pass at the same time.
Okay.
I'll go first.
Of course.
So the characters, this is a game that constantly talks. The characters constantly talking to each other. It really is like it's a cinematic, interactive experience. Oh, yikes. Alright, go. Just... I kind of feel like there's probably a secret there.
Don't move, I'll be right back.
Don't move. Alright. I think she can move faster when she's not holding his hand. Maybe.
Making too much noise. Too much noise.
Hugo, calm down.
Just leaving him. Oh, there's something here. A crafting bench. Let's see if I can do any upgrade. Ooh, a whole other room. Let's see.
Calm down, we're fine.
Ooh. Alright. Looks like there's only one option. Increase the amount of materials I can hold. That's probably a good one to get. So, take it.
This should make things a little easier.
I liked, as I was trying to tell Wheatstone Holmes yesterday when we were playing Lego Ninjago,
I'm here, it's alright.
I like to get the
I don't want to be scared.
efficiency upgrades in these types of games first. That way, I'm not going to be leaving crafting resources on the table as I journey through here. Because it could be
It's alright, you can come.
Yes, yes.
that I max out on resources, and as I'm going through them, and I just have to leave them there because I can't carry anymore. So we're halfway on alcohols.
What is it? Can we use it on the rats?
No, it smells of beer. They must have brewed it.
You got the collectibles. Looks like I've already missed some if these are presented in order of when you can acquire them. Game does have chapter selection, but which is good because the game is linear and you cannot go back in many cases. Alright, so we do need to continue both of us through there. That is fine. I'll wait till now. Okay. Perfectly timed. Absolute boss. So I'll talk about the stereo rendering issue.
Oh no! No!
Into the light, quickly!
I don't see any torches. How can we? What are we going to do?
Well, probably that glowing thing right there. Because the game is just so hand-holdy.
That seems to keep them busy.
Are you sure?
Another ham should be enough. Come on.
They just tell you what to do, and you can't come up with, you can't, like, oh, give them some hams to eat. Like, oh, that's perfect. That's a cool way to deal with it. No, just glowing objects in the game world, and
We're getting closer to the
Oh,
way
there they
out.
are. Saltpeter. I thought it was called saltpeter. An important ingredient for gunpowder.
Alright, let's be careful.
More alcohols. Okay. We're going to need some assistance here. Looks like a hole in the ceiling. We can climb up on the tables.
We'll
The
be safe if we
tables
go that way.
shall be our assistants. And it didn't tell me that either, or have the table flashing.
Don't fall. Don't fall.
We won't fall. Hold my hand tight.
See what I mean? They just constantly talk. This must be what it's like to play the new God of War. Where he's got the boy. They're probably just constantly talking. Tens of thousands of lines of dialogue. Oh, look at how conveniently that was placed so you can't hit it until you come here. Oh, I think I'm clicking outside of the game window. Yep, I am. I am doing that. Yeah, I'm playing it windowed. I probably need to do it full screen so that doesn't happen. Alright, any more? Can we
That
do something
torch.
here?
There's a hole in the grating.
I'll lift this up. Can you get the torch?
Yes.
It's heavy. Hugo, hurry up.
Thankfully, it's not so heavy that the teenage girl can't carry it. The game writers will never.
Stay where you are. The ground is rotten.
Misha, how am I going to get back?
We'll find a way. Don't worry. As long as you have the torch, you'll be safe.
But what about you?
We'll move together. That way, the light coming through the grating will protect me too. Ready?
Ready?
Here we go then. Slowly.
These female protagonist games will never have situation where the female protagonist doesn't have the physical strength to accomplish a task.
Do you want the torch?
Yes, there are too many rats on my side.
But where can
The
I
writers will ensure that empowerment is
Go through
portrayed.
there and I'll meet you on the other side.
Are you sure?
Just stop if you see rats. I'll be with you very quickly.
Alright, but please hurry.
Obviously, I'm gonna look for any resources. And I am rewarded for my exploration. Or should I say, we are rewarded for our exploration. I haven't done a Let's Play in many years. So I shouldn't be talking like that. Where do they go? They just vanish. Can I burn them? You can burn them. Or we can burn them. Or I can burn them and you can watch me burn them. Whoever you is. Who would be watching a test video? I will make it public. Often I don't make...
Now.
I don't make my tests public, I just put them up unlisted.
Hugo! What's going on? Hugo! Talk to me! Come on! Come on!
I'm just looking out there at the surrounding town. The walls, looks like there's, what is that? Church steeple? Nice view. Alrighty, well I need to get in there. Excuse me. That doesn't do anything. Ah, the sticks were behind me. So I wonder if that's an infinite pile of sticks. There certainly are more sticks. Alright. Drop it. Probably infinite. I'm not gonna sit here for the next 3 hours to confirm. Yeah, it would take me 3 hours of picking up and dropping sticks to be satisfied that they're infinite. Infinity is a very large number after all.
Hugo, are you alright?
There were rats. I ran to the light.
Did they bite you?
No, I found a ladder, but there are rats down there.
I'll open a way through for you. We're going to get you down from there. Calm down, Amicia. He's fine. You're fine. Stay focused.
Alright, let's take a survey of the location. Oops. Didn't mean to drop that. I don't see any more ground braziers. Why would... Oh, because it fell from the ceiling is why. I was about to say, why would there be one of these on the ground, just in the middle of the ground? Because it fell from the ceiling. Oh god. I am clicking outside of the game window. Onto my Steam library. So that's an aspect that the test has revealed. Let's get your stick. Light it over here.
These twigs burn too quickly. I won't be able to keep them back long enough.
Wait, I have something for you.
Oh yeah.
Perfect. Thank you.
Also, apparently the kid won't have any situations where he does not have the physical strength to accomplish a necessary goal. I guess that's child protagonist plot armor. It is a form of plot armor. That whenever something needs to be lifted, it is not outside the range of what your lead character can lift.
You can come down now.
It's a very subtle type of plot armor. But once you see the tricks that writers use,
That's all right.
once you see the tricks writers use, it becomes apparent. So I didn't go over that way.
Stay here. I'll be quick.
Yes.
It's all right, Hugo.
It was...
Alright, so I think we actually have to come back this way, the both of us. Shut up, kid.
Fine.
So I'll go up the ladder on my own.
I was worried.
Actually, maybe best to bring him.
You can come now.
I'm coming.
Drop it.
Go on. Climb up.
All right.
I don't know which way we're supposed to go, if it's here or down
I
there,
know
but...
this drawing.
A tablet from the Crusades.
It has been a century since the last great crusade, and the church faces new perils, disease, famine, war. Calamities push humanity towards faith. This need for spirituality, combined with the many human losses, forces the clergy to train many priests in haste. But some of the people will nevertheless seek answers in paganism, superstition, and dissenting orders. Yeah, this has a very... Whenever it talks about the church, it has a very disassociated and distant approach to it. Like it's above such things, and it's just... people are just using religion to cope. It's not real. So it's not. It's like the game writers are kind of inserting themselves into this rather than the text being in universe. Yeah, the performance here is bad. Yep, GPU 95%. Apparently it takes a lot to render the flows. It's basically fluid, yeah, basically a flow. The flow of rats. So initially I thought this was an action-adventure game, but it's so light on action, I think you just gotta say it's a straight-up adventure game. A cinematic, interactive experience.
The crypt! Oh, thank you. We can get out of here now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Far away.
I want to get outside so I can talk about some issues that you can't really see in here. Well, you can, but it's not as apparent. I'd like to find a better place to talk about it. We're just gonna have these crafting benches placed throughout the world. Just doesn't make sense. The same exact crafting bench would be there. Whatever. All right, increase my ammunition holding capacity. I can improve my ability to use my slingshot. Or I can save materials and get a different upgrade. I think I might want to get this one. I am full on alcohols, but I only have one tool and it requires tools. Will I get another tool by the time I reach the next crafting bench? This game is so linear. I'm sure that that you can. I'm sure they'll place one in my path. So I will get this one, which doesn't overlap with this in any way except for the tools. This is alcohol, which would be good to use some alcohol, which is maxed out right now, so I'll do that.
Well, that looks a lot better.
Okay. So I'm going to need another tool and then two... I don't know what that is. I have 3 of 5, whatever it is. Okay. Okay, maybe this is a good place to talk about the convergence, though, because you can really see it here when I go in and out of this. If you look at the characters, notice that they are kind of flat looking right now, but if I back out, oh, suddenly they gain some volume to them. That is because Geo-11, for some reason, has this automatic desire, I don't even know what to call it, to have the geometry that is closest to the camera at screen depth at all times. So, however you're looking at this, if you see these two characters, they are the closest thing to the camera right now in this scene. And you will find that they are right at the edge of whatever screen you're using, whether it's in a VR headset, your screen has a distance away from you. It's going to be at that distance. If it's some sort of monitor or TV, it's going to be at the plane of the screen. Screen depth, 0 parallax. The point where there is no separation in the object between the right and eye views, 0 parallax. Screen depth. For some reason, Geo-11 does not want to allow pop-out. And it will dynamically change the convergence on the scene to force the closest object to the camera to always be screen depth. So when I manually change the convergence, normally that would cause everything in the scene to move forwards or backwards at once. But with Geo-11, I'm going to decrease it from 1.5. Normally this would push everything forward, including my characters. And it is doing that to some degree. It looks like there is distance. Is there? I don't know. It's hard to tell because everything is a little bit flat looking right now. I think it is still at screen depth. His shoulder, his right shoulder. Yeah, it's still at screen depth. It looks flat, so it's it's a little bit harder to tell because there's not as much stereoscopic prominence to his shoulder as there is with higher convergence. So I'm going to increase the convergence. This would cause everything to come closer to the screen normally, and my characters would start to pop out. I'm massively increasing this convergence. Still, the Geo-11 is forcing my characters to be at screen depth. They don't have negative parallax. Negative parallax is it when you see an object in your right eye further to the left and in your left eye further to the right. That probably doesn't make any sense unless you really know your stereoscopic stuff. But that's negative parallax, and it creates the pop-out effect. Geo-11's forcing it at screen depth. Now, there is a ton of prominence to the stereoscopic effect. We've got the toyification effect, where things look smaller than they should be because the convergence is in such a way that it causes things to be smaller than they appear. It's like a miniature effect. And that is supposed to happen when you increase the convergence, so that's proper. But what's not proper is that nothing can ever come through the screen and pop out. Even as I'm increasing this, she never comes forward towards me. The rest of the game world does this, that's further back. And now there's just so much converge. I don't think that this works like it should. I don't think it's doing what convergence settings should do, which is to adjust the angle of the cameras, the two eye views, the two cameras that are sending views to the eyes, left and right. They can look straight ahead, which is 0 convergence. And so there's, let's see if I can set it to 0. We can just see what that's supposed to look like. It looks very flat. When the cameras are directly parallel to each other. Oh, it's like really slowing down. But yeah, you can see it's getting flatter. Looks like that's the minimum. 0.24. So it's very flat looking. Can't really tell much distance, much depth between the front of her face and that cloth over there. So let's bring it back up to about 1.5 where I had it. And separation is the distance between the cameras. Just if you put a ruler between the two cameras, that's the separation. I have it set kind of low for comfort purposes. And it looks perfectly fine to me. So normally what I would do in this situation, playing a game on a virtual screen, is I would set the game world to look like it's life size. even in a third-person game like this. But I can't really do that properly because of this, the way it forces the characters to be screen depth. Vorpix with its Geometry 3D doesn't do this. NVIDIA 3D Vision with its Geometry 3D didn't do this. It's kind of more a feature of like Z3D, 3D rendering that's based on looking at the depth buffer and nonsense like that. Oh, this is that hallway. We're at the other end. Nice, nice, nice. I have scoured the settings for Geo-11. There is a auto convergence setting. It's off by default. I've never even turned it on to test it. There are a bunch of options for the auto convergence. None of them are explained, but none of them should even apply when it's off. I noticed that with the Unreal Engine 4 Universal Fix, which also includes Geo-11, they made quite a few changes to the configuration for Geo-11. And it actually doesn't do this. It does not force the closest object in the scene to the camera at screen depth. It's actually a useful feature for cutscenes because the camera is going all over the place, and you can... A lot of times your convergence setting for gameplay isn't proper for cutscenes, and you get stuff blowing out your eyes, causing you to go cross-eyed, and it's unpleasant. And auto convergence can help smooth that out. So it is useful in the cutscenes. You can see it. You can really see it working because things get more depth and they get flatter because it's increasing and decreasing the convergence. You saw the effect as I tested it here, as I demonstrated it here. That's what it's doing automatically. It's doing something here. It's not auto convergence because the convergence can be changed and it does stick with that convergence. But it's forcing things to be screen depth somehow. I'd never seen that before. I've been doing 3D for a decade.
Go ahead, I'm right behind you.
I'm about to hit my 11th year since I bought 3D Vision Kit.
Oh, what's that on the ground?
Should we go anyway?
Yes, we've managed to get this far. We'll be fine. Just stay close.
I know I mentioned it, but I don't know if I finished explaining. The guy who made the 3D Migoto fix seems to have forgotten something with the subtitles, and so there's a black outline at the wrong depth.
What's that stuff on the walls?
I don't know.
I guess that's supposed to be like a shadow effect. Alright, stuff's starting to get nasty in here. Oh, no, 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 no!
Oh, what's that on the ground?
Should we go anyway?
Yes, we've managed to get this far. We'll be fine. Just stay close.
What's that stuff on the walls?
I don't know.
Something out of a Resident Evil.
They did that.
Barely made it.
You think so?
Yes, we're in their nest.
So, they're going to be even more angry?
There's just no believability to all these sticks and braziers being placed just like this. However, the scene looks very cool.
Lisa, you mustn't touch the walls.
Yeah.
Hurry up.
My throat.
That's as fast as she'll move, by the way.
Over there. Light. We're
Okay, yeah, light.
We're there, Hugo. Run, Hugo, run!
Oh, wait!
Okay, so the camera moves back from the characters, so the ground was actually the closest thing to...
We did it. We did it.
Closest thing to the camera's the ground. Alright, so here's a cutscene. She looks kind of flat because it's reducing the convergence.
I want to see Mommy.
Alright, now the leaves of the tree are the closest thing. It's at screen depth. And then they're totally flat down there.
Hugo.
It really does actually work well in the cutscenes. But again, I don't think it's auto-convergence. Auto-convergence is disabled. 3D Migoto, I don't think has an auto-convergence feature at all. Alright, that was chapter 3.
Amicia, so we'll never be able to go back home?
No. It's too dangerous.
Are there rats there too?
Maybe...
Nice scene.
I don't know, Hugo.
I'm scared. They'll find us when it gets dark.
We'll be safe with Laurentius. Come on.
You can see where the camera sort of changes the field of view. The qualities of the stereo change. This is a gorgeous scene. Even with
We better
low
keep going if
graphics.
we want to get there before nightfall.
So let's see if I can see one of the stereo rendering issues. I turned the reflections, screen space reflections off all the way, so we just have the, whatever this method is, where it creates kind of a, like it creates a texture, and it just kind of, I forget what that method's called. I've done some work with computer graphics, but
Up
not in
there,
a long
a
time.
windmill.
Is that Laurentius's farm?
I hope so.
I've never seen a real windmill.
If we're careful, you'll be seeing one very soon.
These reflections are 2D, so they don't look realistic. In the real world, reflections are stereoscopic, so it would look like it was going straight down rather than with the plane. Here it's just mono, because you see the reflection from slightly different angles with your eye. So it looks goofy as hell, but obviously in 2D. You have no depth perception, so it looks legit, and it's kind of a cheap effect. And it gets the point across. How far out here can I go? Oh, there's actually
Someone came here
little
to read a
camp.
book.
Blood.
What happened?
I don't know, but it didn't end well.
Perhaps... what is it?
A sort of jar?
That stuff inside looks strange.
Don't
Yes,
drink it.
Best leave it here.
An earthen container that is used to work alchemical material baked or worked with acid and protect its user from vapors or projections. The word hermetic, inspired by Hermes Trismegistus, Trismegistus. I know this name, but I don't think I've ever heard it pronounced. Trismegistus, a mythical figure of Greco-Egyptian antiquity, to whom we owe the famous Emerald Tablet, a text that represents one of the pillars of the alchemical arts. Very nice. Okay. You can see it here in the reads. There is a problem with the ambient occlusion rendering in this game. What was that? Oh, that was my speaker. It's fine. Am I still recording? I'm still recording. Yes. I'm still recording. just under 13 gigabytes on this recording. So it doesn't render the ambient occlusion correctly in both eyes. You can see that even on the reads over there. But it's also visible on the character. You can't really see it. Actually, you can see it. It looks just kind of like a shimmering effect on, particularly on her hair braid. That's supposed to be self-shadowing or whatever they call it. It looks messed up. Also, the ambient occlusion is just totally wrong here for the pier and the lake water. What the problem is, ambient occlusion has to be on ultra, otherwise it looks even worse. That was one of the instructions with the fix. If you put it on anything except ultra, this is what you get. It's not rendering in the left eye. Well, it is rendering in the left eye, but in the right eye, something else is rendering, which isn't rendering in the left eye, but is in the right eye, and you don't want it. I don't know why that couldn't be fixed. I never did any 3D Migoto shader hacking. I made plenty of attempts with Helix Mod. Had some successes even, but
Hey, Hugo, where are you going?
I never really knew how to fix effects.
Oh, bubbles! Look at the bubbles!
I only knew how to disable them or change the depth of
Yes,
UI
Hugo.
elements.
What is it?
It could be a fish, a frog. I really don't know. We don't
Yeah, that's
have
a
time for this
frog.
right now. Come on.
But I've never seen a real frog.
There's probably a frog around here somewhere. It's looks like a safe area. We can afford to take a look. You want to keep him motivated and keep his spirits up, don't you? Okay, the rendering distance is pretty low. Like that piece of wood. But I set it on low, so what do you expect? Looks really nice. I just wish it was less blurry because of A, this is only running at 1080p. B, I've got the resolution scale set to 80%. C, this isn't a Pimax 8K VR headset. Still looks great though. So right there on that rock.
It's one of the men that attacked the house.
The Inquisition. They're here.
There's a lot of ambient occlusion going wrong here. But there's nothing to do. Nothing to be done about it. It is what I would consider a minor issue.
They're only fucking animals.
Do I look like a rat? How should I know?
Well, I say we'll never get rid of these nests using stupid lime.
Whatever happens, we have to get out of here before the sun goes down. They like the dark. So back to business.
Okay, they're reminding me how to play the game. This is the other aspect of the gameplay, is these stealth sections. I think I'm clicking out of my game window again.
That's an odd sound.
So we gotta wait for him to come over here, check it out, then when he turns around, he's going to walk backwards. That will be my opening.
Nothing.
These sections are 100% linear. There's only one way to accomplish them.
There's a bridge that leads to the farm.
What a waste
Game's
of
telling me
time.
where to go. just...
The Grand Inquisitor should just tell us what he really wants from us.
I think they probably designed the game deliberately so there's just constant talking. They wanted it to feel like a movie, probably. It always gives you the correct tool for the job. So, right here, there aren't any metal things to hit with the rock. That's what the jars are for. Distracts nearby enemies.
What's all that noise?
I replenish my jar. It's so linear.
That should do it. With that and the second barricade, no one will ever get through.
I'm going to the bridge. The cart will be back with the other barricades.
Really? So I'm gonna just walk through there. Alright, so we got a path here. Something glowing over there. Create a distraction, but what's here? Chest.
What was that?
Oh!
Wait,
What's that?
Let's see if he'll find me from here. Yep.
intruder! On guard!
I think we both died. Nah, they want the kid alive. They didn't take out the kid. Well, we're both kids. They didn't take out Hugo.
What was it?
Hugo Weaving. No, it's not Hugo Weaving. This kid is 800 years older than Hugo Weaving.
Oh, yeah. No. There's nothing.
Oh. So let's wait for this guy. Turn around. Check out the chest. I don't know why I'm bringing him with me. I could just leave him there.
What?
Nope. It was nothing.
You're trapped.
There's a hole in the wall.
I'm too big. You'll have to go in and open the window for me.
But they'll see me.
I'll keep him busy. Trust me.
Okay.
Stay here and not a sound.
I'll wait for you.
What was that noise?
Come on.
I'm going.
Go, kid, go! Let me get here.
Yeah, nothing
Yes.
to report.
Now it's my turn.
I'm sure he could not see me or hear me or anything. She's breathing heavily. Don't want to do that. Go, go, go.
Well done.
Amicia, we have to get out of here.
Nice, got a tool?
It's okay, Hugo.
Yes.
Come on. Oh, there's a guy right there. So I guess I need this pot. Alright. Can I go through there? Yes.
The racket.
Replenish the pot. It will always give me a pot if I need one, but
Oh no. They blocked off the farm.
Tell Lord Nicholas that the road is blocked. Any person or vehicle that wants to get through is to be stopped and searched.
And what are we looking for exactly?
A 5-year-old kid. Hugo de Rune. Brown hair, blue eyes.
Are they talking about me?
Lord
Why
Nicholas
me?
wants him alive.
Shh. Captain of the Purple Guard wanting them alive?
Very important, I was told. Lord Nicholas has his orders direct from the Grand Inquisitor himself. So keep your eyes peeled.
Yeah, It's a game about the Inquisition. There's a lot of just generally the various Inquisitions have been demonized in the telling of the history of them. So they can get away with just making the Inquisition forces common thugs, basically. What? They want him alive? That's weird. It's like they just kill people randomly. Like literal thugs. Which is... Getting cords.
There's a garden there.
Yes.
Alright. Didn't know exactly where I was going, but I went for it. So right there, that ambient occlusion underneath the saw doesn't render right. Contact shadows have to be off. That's also a requirement of the fix. I don't know the differences between contact shadow and just ambient occlusion. I mean, they do similar things. Oh, what was that prompt? So I saw something over there. I want to check it out. Some resource. Okay, I can go underneath here. Ah, some more alcohol.
Where was that noise coming from? Over there?
Careful how you land.
All right, not a sound.
I really hated the start of this game. The very first line in the script of this game was absolutely terrible. I won't even describe it. It was bad. I hate it when fiction does that kind of stuff. It's awful. However, thankfully, it hasn't continued since the intro of the game. It's taken a very different tone, which is absolutely fine and dandy with me. So I can get this. Running and dodging makes less noise.
This should make things a little easier.
Okay, I don't know what I'm going to get next. Figure it out later. Okay, got some bad reflections. Literally only renders in my right eye, so yeah, the fix isn't perfect, but
What?
it's good.
What did I do? Why are they looking for me?
You didn't do anything. They're the ones who did something.
If they catch us, will they hurt us?
They are not going to catch us, all right?
All right.
Actually, I already have caught us, but that was a different timeline in the quantum multiverse.
Hugo? Hugo? Where are you? Hugo, it's not funny.
Ooh,
Hugo,
did I scare you?
the Inquisition is here, Hugo. Do you want them to take you away? Don't ever do that again.
All right.
They're here.
They are here.
Think he's really gonna save us from the bite?
Hey, piggies! You should hide. It's dangerous.
It's Lord Nicholas and us too. We all have to muck in. That's why we signed up.
True enough.
Have no doubt, brother.
Okay. Anything here? Yep, a few resources. Pot. Thankfully the chickens don't seem to care too much. There's my destination up there. It's a long way to go.
Everywhere.
There might be something over here. Ah, that was missed opportunity. They should have hit something there. Alright, let's see if we can go behind this guy. Oh, it's blocked. What about through here? It looks like there actually have multiple options at this. Yeah. For the first time, we have multiple options for how to proceed. And by we, I mean Misia and Hugo. Let's go over here. Yep, thought there would be something here. I do love me a treasure chest in a video game. Maxed out on alcohol again. Oh, no. Thankfully, it's not instant detection. It's a detection bar. I just did a very long and relatively thorough playthrough of Deus Ex Mankind Divided. I played full stealth. Where did he go? Full stealth, full non-lethal. So my stealth chops are up. Let's see if it's possible to do it like this.
I heard what happened at Silvertail. They had a storm in the middle of the night. And all
Yep,
the
turn around.
campfires went
There you
out
go.
from the wind and rain. Then a rat's nest opened out of the ground right under their feet.
Oh shoot, there's a guy right there.
Alive.
Hopefully he can't see me through the...
Fucking bite. Fucking rodents.
Okay, he can't see me. Yeah, I'm sure he couldn't hear us. You think there's something to find over there?
Hey, saw one of ours along the trail earlier. Dead as a doornail. Shouldn't we bury him?
Had he been bitten?
Yeah.
Did you touch him?
No.
Good. Because when a rat bites you, it poisons your blood. You get boils all over, and everyone around you can get it and die too. That's why it's called the bite.
Well then. Think we'll just leave him where he is.
There is a chest.
Stay calm and wait for me here.
All right.
Take advantage of my quiet running. I have to wait for this guy now. Oh. All right, kid.
Come here, straight away.
Gonna continue this way. Do. Boo, boo, boo. Well, might need to distract this guy. Oh, that'll work. Or maybe not. Because she throws like a girl. She can't throw that far. Back when I played baseball, that would be absolutely trivial to hit that. Nowadays, it'd probably take me a couple tries because I have not thrown objects in decades. I've not thrown objects with precision in decades. Okay, let's see.
What was that?
I was going to say, let's see if we can get around that way, but apparently not.
Nothing.
If I go further back, I wait for this guy now. Can I walk through there?
Over there. What's that?
Oh.
Hey, somebody.
Oh, what? He saw me? He shouldn't have been able to see me there. This is one of the things you gotta do in stealth games is try different things so that you can learn how the stealth mechanics work.
And keep calm.
Because every game is different.
I want to move.
Oh, shoot. It took a long time before I finally understood all the ins and outs and quirks of the stealth in Deus Ex, Mankind Divided. This game is way simpler, so it shouldn't take that long.
Follow me. Quietly now. All right.
Hey,
Now, any normal person would say, oh, what was that? Let me take 2 steps forward and look over the edge. Also, it was glitched. It's a little glitched there. So we're going to have to go through the vine. Come on. Don't just stand there. Get to work. We'll have to go through the vines to get closer. Yes, we. Misia and Hugo.
Yeah.
Oh, I can just walk straight through. But somehow they can't actually see. Alright.
what's all the noise?
You probably shouldn't go in the front door, but it'll be fine. Can I close it? Oh my god, you can't close it.
Well,
Why can't you close the door in this game? Oh, I know why. Because it's hard to program doors correctly. That's what I've learned recently. Doors are one of the most difficult things to program. You can program an entire stealth mechanic system. And it'll be easier than making one single door that opens and closes as a normal door in the real world would. This I have learned. Well, there wasn't much. Oh, yeah, it's kind of glitchy. The hand holding visuals. It's goes all over the place. All right, let's continue on. Any guys back here? Nope.
I will be back soon.
Oops.
Come on, be careful.
Yes.
I wanted to press the crouch button. Oh, there's a guy. Okay. Head for the tall grass. There's more rocks. Alright, we'll have to distract him. Wow, there's no way this looks good on the capture. Because it looks messed up. The grass looks all messed up and aliased. Just...
I'm not crazy. I heard something. Can't wait till our shift ends, so we can go back to the Bastion.
Well,
Nothing.
Okay. How are we getting past this? I have a pot. I'm probably going to need to use it. What's the GPU at? 95%. Yeah, this is tough to render. Let's move a little bit further. Need to make sure this guy is activated too. Preferably not the third guy though. Nope.
I heard something. I'm going to see.
keep your eyes open.
Oh, he saw me.
What I thought.
Run! Oh! So it activated the third guy. Thankfully it's saved. I slightly moved my mouse just before clicking. And it put the pot in range of the third guy, which is not what I wanted.
What? What's that then? Can't wait till our shift ends, so we can go back to the Bastion.
Hey, is it true the Grand Inquisitor
Oh my
dissects
god, the
rats
GPU.
to see what's in their bellies?
Why not? We can't keep pouring lime into those holes forever.
But some people say
The frame rate's 57 degrees. I mean 57.
The Inquisition. Well, it was nothing.
He interrupted himself to say that it was nothing that he was looking for. This is too much for the GPU, and it's almost certainly too much for the encoder. What's the bit rate right now? 78,000. That's actually lower than I was expecting. Alright, let's do this properly.
There. Didn't you hear it? I'm going over.
all right.
I can't, I'm not looking at the headset, I'm looking at the game window, which is in half high side-by-side format.
Nothing here.
Come on, let's get back.
Okay. I'm just going for the grass. Can I use my headset? Okay. Headset's working. So here's the other way I could have gone. That looks quite a bit simpler. But the way I went was fine, and I found some goodies. There doesn't look to be as many goodies
They
that
can't see
way.
us anymore.
No, they can't. Come on, I'll help you.
So let's get up to the windmill. probably be the end of the chapter.
Fall back. What's happening?
And a good place to end it. So the leaves. Ah, that looks bad. I'm not even sure what the problem is. I just know it's the ambient occlusion. I don't know why it looks wrong.
We can't stop. Not here.
I feel funny.
Come on. You'll be able to rest when we get to Laurentius's place.
My head. It hurts.
I don't know what to do, Hugo. What would Mommy do?
Give me medicine.
I can carry you. That's the best I can do. Come on, climb up.
Yeah, she could probably carry him. That looks very painful,
I
though.
shouldn't leave the house, you know.
I know.
That must be why I feel all funny.
You're just tired.
I miss her.
At least you were allowed to see her.
Huh?
Nothing.
The mother was a pretty cold woman. Pretty emotionless.
Laurentius's mill. We're nearly there.
Will he shut me inside again? Like Mummy.
He'll get us to safety.
Alright. It's true, it's dangerous out here. But sometimes it's fun too.
You'll get better one day.
Are those dead animals?
What on earth happened here? We're going to have to be careful now. You better get down, Hugo.
Well, I thought he was sick.
It's
Ooh.
getting in my shoes.
I don't believe it.
Oh.
No! The torch! Get to the torch, quickly!
These rats.
Calm down. It's all right. They can't reach us. Come on, let's go.
Well, they could, but they just, for some reason, are absolutely 100% terrified of light. And so they refuse. Go. Oh, yeah, I saw that coming, actually.
Come out! We'll be all right if we stay away from them.
Because there was such a clear path heading this way.
We need fire!
We have to get out of
Oh.
here.
Look at how they got the boards on the ground to lead the player in the
Let's go.
path that they want you to go.
The torch!
This is all principles, best practices of good game design.
Climb up.
At least as they teach it in universities. They literally teach this stuff these days. They operationalize it and methodologize it.
That mud again. We'll never get through.
Alright, so how are you dealing with this? I've got rocks. If it says rocks, that means there's something to do with rocks. I mean, if it gives you rocks, that means there's something to do with rocks. Looks like I need to use the sling in particular. And I'm clicking outside of the window. It never takes effect unless I'm trying to aim first.
Good
Whoa.
Lord.
Are they really all dead?
That's
They've been
pretty cool.
slaughtered. By the Inquisition, probably.
I'm going to be sick.
It was disgusting, but it was nice. Animation, you don't usually see animations like that. Well, maybe you do. I don't. Alright. Oh, I must have just clicked out the window again. Yep. Clicked on the Oculus. On the Oculus. Window. Okay, so there's a bundle of sticks over there. I won't say the proper name, which is faggot. But in the old days of YouTube, you could say faggot and it wouldn't be a problem. Like bundle of sticks. You could also say the other meaning and it wouldn't be a problem either. But now they use machines to scan literally everything
Let's go.
people say. Wait a minute, where am I going in particular? I gotta redo this. I think I gotta specifically use this one.
Come on. Here we go again.
But YouTube is transcribing everything everybody says in every video on YouTube. And there is at least some benefit to that, in that you have closed captions available. But they also use it for moderation purposes. Alright, where are we heading next? Well, I can't go directly because there's that pit of mud or whatever it is. And I don't think a stick is going to last that long. It is glowing. Can I... No, there's nothing to slingshot. Just have to go for it. I wish it would go faster. Ooh. Oh my god, that was less than a second left. So what is
Let's push
this?
Right.
Oh. Can I turn it at all? Yes, I can actually turn it. It's not completely on rails.
Amicia, why did they kill the pigs?
Maybe.
That's a lot of pigs, by the way.
Rats here.
It's very, very heavy. I
Don't talk. Push.
So the heaviness of this thing is not beyond the capabilities of a teenage girl and a 5-year-old kid to push. What did I tell you?
We did it. We made it.
But modern purveyors of fictional entertainment, they want to get away from the stereotypical, as they would call it, action heroes, which of course is a man, and a particularly physically fit and physically capable man. But here, hey, we have our action adventure game,
Shh. You go.
but
and our heroes are a teenage girl
Think of that.
and a 5-year-old boy. Now, obviously, that is not who you would expect to be able to survive and thrive
dark.
in this type of
There's a
situation.
monster in it.
They just don't have the knowledge, they don't have the courage,
Is that the windmill?
What's
they
left
don't
of
have
it?
the strength, the physical strength to deal with situations. They would be overcome by fear. That's what you would think, but that's exactly what these modern writers love. They love to challenge your expectations.
We have to get in somehow.
A 15-year-old girl and a 5-year-old boy can be action
You're
heroes.
still alive. I'm sorry about your friends.
Okay, so the GPU usage is high right now.
Those bags look heavy. Rotten grain. Must be to feed the pig.
Well, hopefully we won't have to pick those up as part of our mission, because I don't know if it's too heavy for you or not. If you need to pick them up, they won't be too heavy. That is all I know. Maxed out on cord, maxed out on that. Saltpeter, I think that was.
Empty.
The horse.
The rats must have been here.
Poor thing.
It's just a skeleton.
Come on, get up there.
I think this is where I want to be exploring. I think the way forward was over there. Pot. Oh, never mind, those rocks. Oh, we can go out to here. There's nothing here. Not even allowed to use the slingshot, so there won't be anything to hit. I'm clicking outside of the game window. Yeah, I'll have to... When I play this again...
Follow me.
Of course.
First of all, I won't be using half side-by-side mode. I'll be using Katanga output, so it is not half resolution per eye. I'll be getting full resolution, and that will help with the clarity. It still looks pretty clear. It doesn't look that bad as a result of the half side-by-side being expanded to full resolution. But it's blurrier than it would be otherwise, and I would like to experience better. So that was locked, as I recall. Let me just double check. Pet it.
Hello there. Not a night to stay outside, hey?
Also, I didn't buy this game. I got it for free with the Epic Games Store freebie. I have so many games on there, and I have not played very many of them.
It's locked.
The video game I played the most this year was Death Stranding, which is a game I actually did purchase on the Epic Games Store. I bought it actually a year ago.
A flower.
Hugo, this is not really the time, you know.
Please.
Is she going to put it in her hair?
Go ahead.
Called Granny's bonnet.
Yeah.
As if she's hanging her head because she's sad.
Perhaps she would be less lonely with us.
Yes, it's not good to be alone.
All right.
Oh God, tell me about it. But that is life for me. And there's nothing I can do to change it. I understand that now. I cannot change it. It will not change. I no longer have even the desire to. Whoops. Alright, so we can get in through the window. Wait, didn't I say window? There it is.
You go in there and open the door for me quickly. And be very careful, right?
Yeah.
The door was open before you even acknowledged. Alright.
It smells funny.
It's alcohol from the stills.
Someone's there.
Let's go and see.
Shouldn't we leave him alone? See if there's anything to pick up. It will probably just be alcohol, which I don't need. Can we unlock this? Can we get it unlocked? Nope. I can hit down the hams. Nope, cannot. Alright, let's do some crafting. I have no tools. Did I miss a tool somewhere? Pretty hard to miss them. They glow. It's conceivable that there were some items on the other path that I didn't take. But I didn't see fit to try and go backwards
That drawing.
just to find
What
out.
does it represent?
It's very
Vitriol.
pretty.
The abbreviation of a Latin formula, Visita interioria terrae rectificando invenies occultum lepidem, meaning visit the interior of the earth, and by rectifying what you find there, you will discover the hidden stone. This maxim sums up alchemical philosophy, based on the study of the fundamental nature of the elements that surround us and how they are transformed. These initials are also another name for sulfuric acid used to modify the substance. Vitriol also means social nastiness. Like if you're being aggressive and hostile towards someone, that is called vitriol. I don't know if that is based on that alchemical
Who are
abbreviation.
you?
Magister Laurentius!
Stop right there. He's contagious.
Hugo. Here.
The Inquisition came. We lost everything. There was nothing I could do.
Of course. They came for him. An evil. An ancient evil courses through your family's veins. In its blood. Your mother and I attempted to slow its progress. But ever since the Great Break, the process has quickened. You must protect him, Amicia. Continue your mother's work.
Me? But how? My parents tried and now they are both dead. Leave me alone!
Leave me alone.
They're here.
The rats are dangerous, but disorganized. The Inquisition, however, they seek the boy tirelessly. We have to disappear.
Chateau
Head to the
d'Ombrage.
Chateau d'Ombrage. Lucas, go to the barn. You will finish the ignifer.
Don't try to talk. I will prove myself. I'm sorry about your parents, but you're not alone anymore. We have to move fast. You can help me make the ignifer. It will protect us from the rats.
Am I gonna hold this kid's hand on my left, on my left side? Probably
I
not.
don't want you to stay here.
He seems a bit older. He can handle himself. Like, look at the convergence change as the camera focus changes. So should I stop it here or should I keep going?
What are we going to do?
Yeah, we're gonna stop it here. she she asked the same question I did. Okay, it just saved, so the chapter isn't over, but I'll stop it here. So I think overall the test was okay. I was just waiting there because something just happened that has happened a few times since I got this new system. All of the USB devices fail and disconnect. And then they come back up a few seconds later. That just happened just now as I was about to end this. I literally could not have ended the recording there because my keyboard is a USB keyboard, as keyboards tend to be these days. So I couldn't press the hotkey. My mouse to go ahead and press the button to stop the recording, it's a USB mouse. The headset requires USB, the virtual reality headset. That stopped working. My microphone, USB microphone, Yeti. That stopped working. Everything stopped except the recording and the game. And, oh, looking at my headset, it's still going. I'm surprised it was able to recover after completely losing connection to the headset. Interesting. But that has happened. I think that's probably a faulty motherboard. Which reminds me I need to get the info so I can register it. Yeah. Well, I guess I'll end it here then. Steam VR Void Scene. Signing out. I need to get virtual desktop as well. That's one of the main things every VR person should have is also virtual desktop. I never got it. Never felt the need for it. I tried Desktop Plus a few weeks ago to see if I could get it with Deus Ex. Get it working with Deus Ex and running half side-by-side mode. I didn't have the CPU available to make that work. Now I actually do, and I'm basically doing this based off work that I did trying to get that to work. So that's that. Even though that failed, it's led to me being able to do this. So that's an hour and 15-minute video. I will stop it and process the audio, and I suppose I'll upload it. Right now it is 31.8 gigabytes. Good, that's high quality. Wish it could be lossless, but the OBS developers didn't see fit to allow it. All right, bye.